Hey, good morning, everybody. Um, I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to get back to these videos here. But anyway, here we are. And this is the first full sheet. And I have the assignment written up with the work that's due. And we're going to go one sheet of four, right? One sheet of two. And I don't think I mapped them out yet. One sheet of two. A practice large one, and then a final large one. And when I get to the practice and the final large one, I will explain that further, okay, guys? So, pencil, Willow, charcoal pencil, Conte. We took the Conte farther than the rest. So I'm going to jump into this for the next few minutes and think about talk a little bit about how I might be messing with different material in here. You don't have to finish it all in pencil, okay? I want you to experiment with the different materials. So when I'm looking at this guy up in here, I see the black fabric, and we're going to follow a procedure, which I think I talked about down in here, about working from the background forward that we do in painting tons, all right? So I might have to swing around at times to get in here, but I'm going to start with the background, and I'm going to start with Willow. Now, I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to go just really super light in here with this, just to get, or as light as possible, just to get a general idea of what's happening in the value and texture of this. Now, what you're going to notice is that the white paper comes through, right? And that's actually a really good thing here, mainly because when you look at the fabric, there's highlights up in here that are lighter than the shadow areas in there, and that's about the light hitting the fabric and making it look lighter, okay? So we're going to go in here a little bit, get that going, and you see that I didn't tape out these guys this time, okay? Mainly because sometimes, I just want to go back in and erase where it goes outside the box. Okay, so I'll go in there and I'll carve out that line like that, right? Now when I see that, I go like, okay, that's a good thing to see and happen, because maybe it'll pop up more in the drawings later, right? Lines like that. So there's a whole whopping, not a lot of work in there. I can do this over in here, right? There we go. And I can even do it up in here. There, 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 in here like that, in here. It's a little rough in there, but we'll work on that. All right, so there's that. So I might think about, what do you call it? Smoothing it out, blending it a little bit. So there's always the finger to use, right? But maybe I don't want to use that. Maybe I want to use like a rag. So I grab a rag, right? And I put it in my finger like that, and then I move this around, right? And I can smooth that out and work those edges again, right? And I'm not smoothing it out just to get the job done. Lord, I'm smoothing it out with a purpose in mind, right? Which is to develop that texture, or a value, a consistent value. But I'm working on grabbing the sensation of how that fabric has surface undulation because of light hitting it and shadows. So I see in here, there's a shadow that comes up in here, right? Like comes up in here and goes in there. And the other side of it is, from here over in here up into there, right? There's a little bit up in there, but I won't see it. There's a little bit over in here where it's just a little bit darker in here. So I'll go in there and I'll drop that in, okay? Now, if I go into the bottle, I can erase. It's Willow, right? Because Willow comes up easily, right? Now I'm going to go in there and I'm going to work this. Now, what I see is that this is all a soft edge in here, right? So in here, it's a soft edge, right? So what I'm going to do when I go back in there is I'm going to just be really gentle on that edge to try to make it soft. And what I'm doing in here is trying to match the value I see up there. Well, work towards matching it, right? Nothing much is happening over here. There's that other seam in here, and it actually goes in and out like that, right? And there. And then so we'll grab that rag again, and we're going to work just this edge in here and trying to soften it up, right? And what I'm doing is I'm just touching it a little bit just by pushing down. I'm not smudging or anything, right? Down in here it's soft too, right? So there we go, and up in there it's even a little soft. So there we go. We get some idea. Surface undulation, shadowy area, light area, fabric, right? Got that in. Now I'm going to go in to the bottle a little bit, right? And what I see in the bottle is there's actually, this guy comes up a little bit more and out. I'm just going to draw that in there. I'll use the charcoal pencil. So I'm just going to draw that in there so I have it, right? Now remember the charcoal pencil because it's going to come in handy back in here. So back to the pencil. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go like, you know what, there's a shadow in here. It's there, comes down in here, and then it goes in there like that. So in the bottle, I'm thinking about attacking this, and if I can find it really quick, with the graphite bar, right? So I'm going to go grab that graphite bar. Oh, Chuck. Oh. Actually, where did that graphite bar stuff go? There it is. All right, sorry guys. No. Oh my Lord. I'm sorry about having to cancel, but I really got to get the stuff today with you guys. So here's a graphite bar, right? And so, yep, graphite bar. So in here, I'm going to go in here, and you can blend the graphite bar, right? And I'm going to go in here, and I'm working the side of it, and I'm working the lighter values, so I'm going to be as light as possible in here with this, right? I'm just barely pushing down on it, right? So I'm in there, and there, and there, right? So there I go. I got some highlights in there, which I go back in with the eraser, and I can go like, okay, here's a highlight here. Now I'm barely going to see it, right? Barely going to see it, but I'm marking where it is, so I'm registering. Now when I get into this guy, I go like, okay, it's darker on, excuse me, it's darker on this side of the bottle and lighter on that side. Excuse me again. So I'll go in here and I'll start working this side, right? And now instead of going, I'm on the kind of edge of it, right? And I'm looking for that, that sharp edge still in there. I don't want to lose that edge, right? And so now I'm just going to bring it up a little bit in here. So I'm pushing a little bit more, applying a little bit more pressure in there, right? And we're down to 8 seconds, so there we go. I'm going to stop the video now. I'm going to work on this and come back and talk to about what I did. See you soon.